next order. The number two, qualification for the chair. Honorable members, today I have two communications to make. The first one is on my message Thanksgiving the members of this house for the occasion of the homecoming ceremony. Honorable members, I wish to take this opportunity to convey my sincere appreciation to all honorable members and members of staff for honoring my homecoming and Thanksgiving ceremony held on 7th November 2025 at High Center, Turkana North.
Imepotea.
His participation together with that of other distinguished guests added prestige and significance to the celebration. Honorable members, I was deeply humbled by the overwhelming show of goodwill, solidarity, and camaraderie demonstrated throughout the event. The celebration served as a reminder of the strong bond that exists among us as members of this honorable house and our collective resolve to work together in advancing the interests of our country. Honorable members, as your speaker, I reaffirm my unwavering commitment to serve you under any circumstance. Notwithstanding the challenges that may arise, I remain devoted to upholding the dignity of this house and fostering an environment of mutual respect, fairness, and cooperation in all our undertakings. Once again, I thank you all most sincerely for the honor, support, and goodwill extended during this memorable occasion. I thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, the state of communication is on a formal address to this house by Mr. Ballet, Holy Judge, Executive Director for Refugee Consortium of Kenya, RCK. Honorable members, today, the County Assembly of Turkana is a privilege those who host national government officials, county government officials, and development partners from different organizations. Pursuant to Standing Order number 29 of the County Assembly of Turkana standing orders, which provides an address by a senator or fiscal dignitary, the County Assembly is summoned this morning to host the Executive Country Director of the Consortium of Kenya, RCK, Mr. Ballet, Holy Judge, present also at the Speaker's designated place, and various delegations which will include government officials, both national and county partners operating in Turkana and outside Turkana. Honorable members, join me in recognizing this delegation. When I mention the head of delegation, those that are accompanying Oroha, you rise and go so that you can be recognized. The first one is Mr. Thomas Sele, the Deputy County and his delegation. The Office of DRS, Department of Refugee Services. Mrs. Lillian Obie, Embassy of the Kingdom of Netherlands. Thank you. Mr. Bernard Siwe, the Technical Advisor, Danida. Thank you. Mr. Janet Pima, representative of HSO. Thank you, HSO. Mrs. Susan Aleta, UN Resident Coordinator Service. Mr. Laban Rotino Kipsang, Chief of Zonal Field Office, Brussels. Thank you. Ms. Grain Idagwa, Resident Coordinator, BNG International. Jamin Wendandu Kuswania, Country Representative, Regional Durable Solution Secretary. Ms. Saina Kisonga, Country Rep, Kenya, South Sudan, and Somalia Program. Catherine Joroge, Director of Programs, RCK. Mr. Enos Capelle, Project Director, Jewish Refugee Services. Julius Ndeda, Kenya National Commission of Human Rights. Then those that are seated at the gallery, I can see Rev. Dr. Lemuya. If my eyes cannot see you, please just stand and go to the chair. Those that have not had the opportunity to be introduced and to be welcome. Anybody? Thank you. Thank you for members for welcoming the members of delegation, head of delegation and their delegation to this assembly for this occasion. Honorable members, the County Assembly of Turkana and RCK have enjoyed a strong and structured partnership anchored in the Letter of Agreement 2023-2026, which seeks to promote collaboration on legislation, oversight, and public participation. Through this framework, RCK has played a pivotal role in 1. Building capacity of members and staff of the County Assembly on forced displacement, human rights, and refugee management. 2 honorable members, RCK, using our partnership with them, is supporting legislative drafting and review processes, ensuring that laws enacted by the County Assembly reflect inclusive and protection for both host and refugee communities. 3. Facilitating and enhancing citizen participation, transparency, and accountability in the law-making process. And finally, providing legal, technical, and logistical support to committees during field engagements and public hearings. Honorable members, this partnership has yielded a landmark achievement. The amendment and review of the County Assembly standing orders to include refugee affairs as a specific area of oversight and legislation under the Committee on Justice, Human Rights, Legal, and Refugee Affairs. This progressive amendment reinforces the Assembly's commitment to inclusion, equity, and protection of vulnerable groups within our legislative and governance structures. The Assembly sincerely appreciates RCK for its leadership and sustained engagement in this process, and extends special recognition to VNG International for its technical guidance and advocacy in championing these amendments. We equally acknowledge the complementary efforts of our partners Kenya Red Cross Society, RED, and Inkomoko. Honorable members, through this collaboration effort, the County Assembly and RCK have demonstrated how effective partnership between public institutions and civil society can advance the principles of evolution, inclusion, and human dignity. The Assembly remains committed to deepening this cooperation, particularly in enhancing legislative quality, strengthening oversight, and ensuring responsive governance aligned with the County Integrated Development Plan, CIDP 2022-2027. Honorable members, I wish to draw your attention to codified rules of procedure that will apply in today's sitting in particular. I would like to draw your attention to Standing Order number 29-2, Standing Order 27, Governor entering or leaving the chamber, and paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Standing Order 28, Governor's Address to County Assembly, shall, with necessary modification, apply to the Senator, visiting head of state, and such other dignitaries. 3. When delivering an address to the County Assembly, the Governor, Senator, or a visiting dignitary shall be heard in silence, and the address shall not be followed by any comment or question. Honorable members, it is now my humble honor and privilege to welcome Mr. Balde Koli Jaji, the Executive Country Director of the Refugee Consortium of Kenya, RCK, to address this honorable house. I thank you, honorable members. So, Jaji, I now welcome you to address the house.
Right Honorable Speaker Charles Lokioto Ewoi, Honorable Deputy Speaker Gilbert Topos, Honorable Leader of Majority Stephen Edukon Ekamais, Honorable Leader of Minority Vincent Ekipor Lobuin, Honorable Members, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of Refugee Consortium of Kenya and the Board of Governors, I want to thank Right Honorable Speaker and members of the County Assembly for extending yet another opportunity to the Refugee Consortium of Kenya to address this noble cause. It is not every day you stand before honorable members and represent your organization, and for that I am grateful. Ejogono. This being an important day, I was not sure what to wear today, but I hope I have done justice, Honorable Speaker. Allow me to speak briefly to members about Refugee Consortium of Kenya. We are a non-governmental organization. We were established in the year 2000 with a mission to protect and promote the well-being, voice, and dignity of the displaced and host populations in Kenya. We have been in existence for the last 25 years. Honorable Speaker, December 4th, we will be celebrating our 25 years in Nairobi. And I know my team will be inviting members and they will be inviting you for the occasion. For 25 years, we've been championing the rights and dignity of the refugees, playing a vital role in promoting refugees and host communities' access to justice, protection, and self-reliance. History dictates that for our journey to be written and spotlighted, key partners like the County Assembly of Turkana have to be counted, consulted, included, and impacted. History is more than a path left by the past. It influences the present and can help shape the future. It is always a delicate balance, safeguarding human rights, which are often denied, and protecting safety, which is always threatened. Honorable Speaker, we have come to learn as an organization, umoja ni nguvu, pamoja tunaweza. Honorable Speaker, the last time the Refugee Consortium of Kenya addressed the County Assembly of Turkana in the year 2023, we were in process of reviewing our strategic plan, 2023-2027. Today, as we speak, we are in the middle of undertaking a midterm review for the remaining part of the year. More importantly to us, I must acknowledge the contributions from the County Assembly of Turkana and other stakeholders in helping RCK chart a new strategic direction. Our strategic direction is anchored on systemic, social, and organizational change objectives. This is the goal we are pursuing and a future we want to see, where the displaced and host communities access justice and protection and are empowered to achieve their full potential. Honorable Speaker, I am glad to report that through the existing partnership, Refugee Consortium of Kenya has been recognized by the Nairobi Legal Awards, organized by Society of Kenya as the Outstanding Civil Society of the Year, advancing human rights and access to justice 3 times in a row. That is 2022, 2023, 2024, and this year we are also privileged to be recognized as the Humanitarian Diplomacy Award winners. This was a recognition from the COMESA Secretariat, the International Relations Society of Kenya, and the Konrad Adenauer Stiftung. These recognitions pay tribute to our outstanding contribution to the protection and advancement of rights in furtherance of human rights-based approach. These affirms our continuous advocacy, constructive dialogue, and strategic engagement, which reminds us as an organization that protecting the rights of displaced persons is not only a humanitarian effort, but a crucial act of diplomacy, a dedication aimed at achieving responsive policy changes, securing justice for the indigent, and safeguarding the rule of law. Honorable Speaker, allow me to mention a few achievements of some of the milestones in our partnership with County Assembly of Turkana. RCK, through our various donors and our internal investments. Honorable Speaker, allow me to use a little bit of Swahili. RCK sio shirika tajiri. Utajiri wetu ni uaminifu na uadilifu kwa kazi tunazozifanya. Sisi sio shirika tajiri, ila sisi ni shirika tajika kwa kazi zetu za uaminifu na uadilifu. I want to confirm that RCK has supported the County Assembly of Turkana in public participation forums where several committees collected views from members of the public on key legislations that required meaningful participation before being approved by the County Assembly. These include the unpacking of the CIDP, the County Integrated Development Plan, the Annual Development Plan of 2025-2026, the Finance Act, the Local Content Act and its regulations, and Turkana County Education Fund Act. We applaud the County Assembly of Turkana for its intentional approach to promote public participation by including the refugees and communities that host them in the public engagements. RCK supported in the Speaker's panel benchmarking to the Senate in April 2025, which strengthened members of Speaker's panel on legislative procedures, committee, and parliamentary best practices. RCK has supported County Assembly of Turkana committees to include justice, human rights, legal and refugee affairs, water, health and education in capacity strengthening workshop on enhancing human right-based approach in legislation and policy making. Honorable Speaker, the right to speak freely stands as one of humanity's most precious gifts. Notwithstanding, millions of people live in fear of expressing their thoughts, beliefs, and opinions. Many brave individuals across numerous countries risk everything to defend basic human rights. One key basic human right is access to education. Our progressive and beloved Constitution of Kenya 2010 has been lauded for a whole Chapter 4 on Bill of Rights. The right to free and compulsory basic education is well elucidated in Article 53 on children's rights. Limited education creates a cycle of poverty and powerlessness for many generations, leaving them bare to defend their other basic human rights. Quality education should be available regardless of gender, wealth, geographical location, and social status. It is a level playing field if everyone receives the free and compulsory basic education. Education helps communities to solve conflicts peacefully, have greater respect for human rights, and actively take part in democratic processes. Affirmative action being a clarion call to all of us to protect women, persons with disabilities, the youth, older persons, and children. Honorable Speaker, children represent the society's most precious resource and its most vulnerable members. Their rights to safety, health, and education and dignity demands special protection. Every child deserves to grow up free from violence. They need good nutrition, safe drinking water, and quality education. Cultural attitudes that minimize or ignore children's rights ought to change. Youth empowerment programs inform children about their rights and how to advocate for themselves. When young people understand their rights, they become more resilient against exploitation and abuse. They grow into individuals who defend human rights and, most importantly, present perspectives that matter in decisions that affect their lives. Honorable Speaker, we are living in very interesting times where technology is developing rapidly and bringing about human rights issues. At this day and time, privacy faces unprecedented challenges as personal data becomes a valuable commodity. Artificial intelligence brings both opportunities and risks for human rights. A greater responsibility is extended to some of us to advocate for ethical guidelines to help address these emerging trends. The future of human rights increasingly depends on how we govern digital technologies. We need to work together to ensure digital technologies serve human rights and dignity. The tools we build should expand freedom and opportunity for all. Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Economic justice deserves recognition as a fundamental right. Fair access to economic opportunities shapes people's ability to live with dignity, safety, and security. Yet, growing inequalities leaves many people struggling to meet basic needs while concentrating resources among a privileged few. The systemic inequalities perpetuate cycles of poverty and limit economic mobility for marginalized groups. Access to financial services and credit due to lack of documentation expose many communities to predatory lending practices and exploit vulnerable populations. This in turn makes communities face exclusion from these basic economic tools. Small, micro entrepreneurs need legal frameworks that creates a conducive environment free from unfair competition. Sustainable development must protect both people and the planet as climate change threatens livelihoods. Economic justice and environmental justice remain deeply connected. Strong social safety nets help prevent destitution while supporting human dignity. In RCK, our mantra is keeping hope alive. And in the words of Desmond Tutu, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. Honorable Speaker, advancing human rights is not the burden of any one man or woman, but some are called to meet a special share of its challenges. It is a duty that you, honorable members, discharge with dignity, determination, and distinction that are widely admired. It is a great honor and privilege for the invitation on the launch of the revised standing orders. The Refugee Consortium of Kenya will join you today in celebrating this important milestone. When you walk along Kakuma or Kalobeyei, you don't just see refugees and hosts. You see traders, you see parents, you see students and leaders building their futures together. That spirit of shared humanity is what brings us here today. Honorable Speaker, allow me to commend the County Assembly of Turkana for this bold and visionary step. The amended standing orders we are launching today are not just administrative guidelines. They are an expression of leadership, inclusivity, and a reflection of an assembly that listens and leads with purpose. By modernizing its legislative framework, the County Assembly of Turkana has once again demonstrated its leadership in advancing the principles of protection, inclusion, and dignity for all. Honorable Speaker, Turkana County is unique, not just in its landscape. Allow me to confirm, Honorable Speaker, I have lived in Turkana, I have lived in Kaikor, I have lived in Agriculture, I lived in Lodi more than 23 years ago. I want us to visualize that we are not alone. According to UNHCR, the 2025 May report, and also the Turkana County 2025 report, we have Kakuma Refugee Camp, which is a home to more than 300,000 refugees from South Sudan, Somalia, Ethiopia, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, living alongside approximately more than 100,000 local population. Together, these communities represent one of the most remarkable examples of coexistence in Kenya and in the region. In East Africa, by the end of 2024, there are more than 5.6 million refugees and asylum seekers. Kenya alone, we are hosting more than 800,000 refugees and asylum seekers as of February 2025. It is not about the numbers, it is not about the statistics, but these are faces. These are people. These individuals have fled conflict, persecution, and climate crisis in neighboring countries, such as Somalia, South Sudan, Ethiopia, and Burundi. They reside in camps like Dadaab, Kakuma, as well as urban centers that includes Nairobi, Mombasa, and Nakuru. Refugees have a significant and positive impact on Kenya's economy. The Refugee Act 2021 and its regulations 2024 provides a unique opportunity to interrogate refugee management in the country, and most importantly, on the consideration by national and county government for refugee matters in the initiation and formulation of sustainable and environmental plans. Honorable Speaker, the launch of these standing orders could not have come at a better time. They represent a forward-looking governance tool that will help the County Assembly perform its constitutional duties more effectively, from lawmaking and oversight to public participation and accountability. This is especially significant given Turkana's leadership in establishing the Committee on Justice, Human Rights, Legal and Refugee Affairs, which ensures that refugee concerns are not treated as humanitarian issues alone, but as integral to county governance and development. This milestone is in line with Kenya Refugee Act 2021 and the Comprehensive Refugee Response Framework, both of which call for the meaningful inclusion of refugees within local governance and development systems. It also supports the goals of the Kalobey Integrated Socio-Economic Development Plan, KISEDEP 2, which aims to shift from short-term humanitarian aid to long-term sustainable development and community resilience. Through these standing orders, Turkana County strengthens and formalizes its leadership as a national and a regional model for inclusive and accountable governance, a vision that echoes RCK commitment to advancing the rights, protection, and dignity of refugees and host communities. Honorable Speaker, at the Refugee Consortium of Kenya, we are proud to have walked this journey with the County Assembly. Through our partnership, we have supported legislative, capacity building, public participation, and community dialogue. I believe history will be kind to us. Partnership, our shared values and idealism. It makes meaningful a unity of ambition and a passion for freedom and abhorrence of injustice. Once again, congratulations, County Assembly of Turkana, for leading the way in promoting inclusive governance. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of Refugee Consortium of Kenya, thank you once again for this opportunity to address honorable members. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, colleague, Executive Director for RCK. Thank you too for honoring this day and giving us the opportunity to interact with you and your organization more so on one-on-one. I also want to take this opportunity to thank, on behalf of the County Assembly of Turkana, to thank all the dignitaries who represent their organization and their delegation. We know it is not easy. It is a privilege today that you have honored us to be with us today in this address, and we don't take it for granted. We take it that you value us, and as an assembly, we will continue extending the same commitment so that we all achieve what we see here to us as institutions, with a view to ensure that the people who, because of the responsibility we have been entrusted to us. So let's walk this talk together. Let's do what is necessary. So I now allow the Sergeant at Arms to escort the guests outside the chamber as we prosecute the remaining business. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions. Order number 5, papers.
Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion. Order number 7, statements.
Next order.
Order number 8, question time. Order number 9, motions and bills.
Next order.
Order number 10, adjournment.
Honorable members and dignitaries, before we adjourn, I have the following announcement to make. One, as an house, we are aware that one of our committees, the Committee on Health, some members could be here, but some could be away, going out on participation for the bill on facility improvement bill, which will allow our facilities to generate the revenue and also use the revenue at the source. So we hope, I want to urge members of this house that when the bill comes for its execution, we make it a priority for us. So we give, so that we give the people of this county that as a present for this December, so that we are able to use that money at the source, so that we improve those facilities. Secondly, tomorrow 14th and 15th, we will have the Committee on Education going for their training in Kakuma with the facilitation of RCK. Then next week, we will have health and water. So these are things we'll be communicating as they come, so that we have those training to facilitate our facilitation also in terms of giving out the information we require to give to our public. Honorable members, the other announcement is that after this adjournment, we will proceed to the CAPA, where we will, one, launch the revised standing orders, and two, we will also launch what we call the strategic plan for this assembly and other materials that will be available. So this launch will take place, as I have said, at the CAPA. So I welcome all of you to the CAPA, so that we can be able to do the launch and also make some remarks. The remarks will be from us as honorable members and also from our partners. So, colleagues, then thereafter, once that is done, we will proceed for lunch at the Cradle Hotel in Dodo, not in Dagma. For lunch, we will go to the Cradle Hotel in Dodo. So I say, all of us, karibuni sana. So, honorable members, there being no other business to transact, this house stands adjourned until Tuesday, 18th November 2025 at 9 a.m. I thank you, honorable members.
Breakfast. Haya, nisaidie wapi builder?
Ngoja kwanza basi zinini usidisconnect machine
Ngoja
mpaka
usidisconnect.
wanitumie. We.
Ulifika mashine wapi?
Net.
Mimi natoa kamba.
Net ni about. Ndio zinatuma.
Sasa unaweza ngoa.
Nitoke nje.
Nimeona message yako. Ndio bado tulikuwa tuna transfer na kutumia. Nakutumia kwa simu. Umenisikia nikiongea? Wewe, umenisikia nikiongea?
Unacheka kwa live stream.
Wewe, si tumesha nini? Tumesha end. Nini na wewe?